COVID.
Hey, good morning. I should probably turn our lights on because our camera looks a little funny because I didn't turn our lights on. I can't do it from here. I'll get up. I'll turn the lights on. Maybe
We were just talking about the COVID vaccine, colloidal silver.
Oh my gosh.
It's legit.
No, it's not.
You're talking about the Branson.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Branson
It's
vaccine.
not legit at all.
So you inject it into your.
Oh,
What do you do with
you're
it?
I
gonna
think you
get us in
just
trouble.
drink it.
Oh, that sounds kind of dangerous
Yeah,
to
it's
drink
not good.
silver.
So when we started this show, the sun wasn't coming in the windows and the lighting was fine. But now that that light didn't come on over there. I wonder if it's
I'll
not.
be in the shade.
Oh well.
Hiding.
This is a high-tech show, I'm telling you.
It feels high tech.
We got all the fun stuff. Welcome
There's
to the
a bunch of
Resource Center
knobs.
Studios here in Jamestown, Rogersville. This is your weekly Tuesday morning nonsense. You get the rock and roll. Well, it is.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
is.
mean,
It
yeah.
100% is.
Chamber meetings today.
It is. Chamber lunch at the fire station.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yep.
What are they serving?
I have no. Usually they grill like burgers and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say they said that their food's provided today, so
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So we don't have to pay for lunch?
I don't know.
I kind of think that's how it's been in the
Yeah.
past.
I
When
have
it's
a
at the fire
question.
station?
I think that might be right.
Oh, wow.
We could ask our K-ROG contributor, Richard Sturts.
Richard Sturts or,
Lori
would probably know.
That's right. Lori's in the. Beep, boop, beep.
Do I have-
I don't know.
Do I have to pay to be in the chamber?
You do.
Yeah, but it's not expensive.
No, it's
What
cheap.
is it?
You should totally join.
It's like $100 and some a year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
Heartland
do
Racing
it.
needs to be.
Absolutely, you need to do it. See, Lori, we just got you a new chamber member.
Do I get the little sign on the side of the building?
Oh, man, they
down
give
there?
you
A plaque.
everything. Yeah. They
And
give
a
you a
plaque.
plaque. Yeah.
Wow.
ribbon cutting.
I
It's a
am
big
all,
deal.
Okay. Yep.
Did you see our
Okay.
ribbon
$100?
cutting?
I
Sure.
missed it on because I was out of
The
town.
picture.
Why was the guy with his shirt off?
What? Hold on. What
I
guy?
want a guy with a shirt off
The
in my
guy on
picture.
the right.
That was Jim Coker.
Like,
He comes over and he just, Jim. He makes everything fun, and so. But yeah, it was interesting.
what happened? It sounded like there were shenanigans.
Nothing. We all lined up. We had Jim and Dr. Kaiser holding the ribbon, and all of a sudden I look over and Jim's taking his shirt off, and I'm like,
You
all right.
are kidding.
And he was like, there's pictures. I don't think they got it where, but he's like flexing and stuff like this. And it was a ribbon cutting for the gym,
my God.
so that would
At
make.
least
Oh,
it
well,
makes
that
sense.
makes a little more sense
Let's
than like
give
for
it-
a bakery.
Yeah, I'll give it some context.
That is a
there.
lot. Yeah. So if I invite him to my ribbon cutting, he'll take his shirt off?
He probably will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
That sounds like a good idea.
he's such a fun guy.
Speaking of the fitness world, Keaton, it's
Yes.
a big deal this weekend.
Yeah, so this weekend
cool.
we had
Feel good story of the week.
Yeah, the very first full Ironman finisher with autism.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So
Was it
Awesome.
autism?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
no, I'm
I
sorry.
thought it was Downs.
Down syndrome.
Yeah, yeah.
Down
That's
syndrome.
amazing.
Yeah, so he finished the whole full Ironman. So that's a 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike ride, and then a marathon run.
Wow.
And he finished the entire thing. And I've kind of watched his journey a little bit over like the past year, and with COVID and everything, because he had to switch to only really indoor training. I think he's out of
Yeah.
Colorado or
Okay.
somewhere that had some pretty strict regulations with the whole thing, and so it was kind of really incredible to see. But he finished the swim, the bike, and the run, and he's the first one. So now he has the Guinness World Record book.
That's amazing.
Wow.
He's holding that thing, and really awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
I would say sponsorships should be
Yeah.
coming
Be
in for this
hammering
young
in,
man.
yeah.
So
That's incredible.
Yep.
I can't run down the sidewalk.
No, I get winded going to get coffee.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
think about it,
Yeah.
lots of people, if they run, they do 5Ks or 10Ks or whatever, and the majority of runners don't do a marathon.
Yeah.
The majority of runners don't do a half marathon. But then those ones that do the marathon are like crazy, right? Okay.
Have you run a
This,
marathon?
I have.
Okay,
That makes sense.
that
This
tracks.
is just tacked on to the end of this race.
Yeah.
Like the last piece. Oh, this is just a third of it. Okay. You have a 112 mile bike ride in the middle of it, and then a 2.4 mile swim. And if you think about the swim, most people get very winded going from one end to the other of the pool.
Yeah.
You'll swim with their
Yeah.
arms out of the water. How about you do that 100
That's
times?
incredible.
I've done
In the
a
open
few-
water, surrounded by people bumping up against you.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've done a few when I was in the military. We did some run, swim runs where it
Mm-hmm.
was like 3 mile run. I don't know how long the swim was. The swim's the worst though for me because I
Really?
get claustrophobic. I get out there and I start thinking, well, what if you cramp up? What if, and so
I'm gonna drown.
I couldn't imagine
See John
doing.
shaking his
Yeah. Couldn't imagine doing 2 miles in the water. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. That's really awesome.
Yeah, good deal. What's going on in Rogersville? Anybody? Nothing?
I don't know.
I don't either.
We're kind of in that lull.
We are.
Yeah.
When's basketball?
Yeah, so
Kick
we'll
off?
start. I was looking at that last night. We'll start basketball up 1st of December. So we still got another month break.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. My family's kind of enjoying the sweet lull between seasons.
Yeah,
But
I bet.
we'll start missing. I mean, I do miss it now, but I mean, we'll really start missing it here in a few weeks. But yeah, we'll gear up. I think it's December 8th is the girls' first game, and then Rich is going to cover the guys' games, and so we'll be back in action.
When does the K-ROG pool construction begin?
Pool,
I know.
No, not that kind of pool. It's not that pool.
Different pool?
It's the different pool.
It's the different pool.
Yeah, John, we were talking about this. Was it last
Friday, I think.
Friday? You and me,
Last
yeah,
Friday.
yeah,
And
Friday,
Lauren.
and Lauren, yeah, we were talking about it. So we're having a pool for you pick the date and the ailment for Joe Biden to
Oh, yeah.
resign, and so I've called February 21st stroke.
That's early on.
That's my pick.
That's like a month and a day past when he's inaugurated, correct?
Yeah.
He's,
So- They're going to give him the extra day.
Yeah.
You get 1 month, 1 day.
One
But
month, one day,
did you
that's it.
see all the videos about people asking Siri like how old the president is, and
I
it comes
did.
up and says Kamala Harris
Yeah.
is 59 years old? or-
What?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So first of all, Donald Trump is
how
the
do you do
president.
He
Siri?
It
is.
currently is.
He
yeah.
he is the president.
I don't know. I don't know how to do
Do
the
we know how to-
technology.
You got to hold the.
You say just say
Button.
hey
Hold
Hold
Siri.
which button?
Yeah, on your this
This
bottom
one?
one
Yeah.
right
I
here.
feel so much better now.
Hey Siri, how old is the president?
Donald Trump is 71
Okay.
years old.
But my Siri's a Republican, so she knows.
So they fixed it now, but there was the
I'm
video.
gonna have to check my phone because I don't know. I didn't request.
You don't know if yours is
I
Republican
don't.
or Democrat?
You don't know if you got a Republican or
No.
Democrat phone.
That's-
What if it's a libertarian? What will it say?
Oh, I don't
There
know.
is no president.
Yeah.
Only governors.
We're gathering at the square on.
No, if it's a libertarian, your Siri would say, "I don't answer questions."
Yeah. Do your own.
I am not part of the
Do your own garden research.
It's interesting though. Like you're bringing this up, Will, about the pool. I came in yesterday. The market's crazy, and a week and a day after the election, now all of a sudden we have this vaccine that's 90% effective.
I had not heard that they were testing it or anything until yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Had you guys heard anything that they were doing anything with it?
I hadn't really.
I had heard.
And that
limited
made
stuff about it.
tidal waves in the market,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah.
Because I mean, stuff
Yeah.
like Zoom and Clorox went in the tank, but like theaters and
Clorox is like, no.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
we don't need to
when
disinfect anymore.
Yeah, well, when COVID's over, I'm hugging everyone. I'm never washing my hands again. I'm not even going to wear a mask to paintball in,
Like the
Gonna be
jerk.
licking street posts,
Oh, he's already been doing that.
eating paint chips.
I was watching, we were talking about Friends earlier, and I was watching Friends the other night, and, they all come in and somebody's in trouble and they'll hug, and
Yeah.
and it really hit me. I'm like, what are they doing?
I know you do that, don't you?
do.
Yeah, you kind of watch them. You're like, hey, you can't do that. That's not okay.
Goodness.
That is not okay.
Well, it's like, okay, so in order to be funny, I did this huge meme dump on
Yeah,
Facebook,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Saw that.
Because I was getting so irritated with people trying to be funny and then
Yeah.
people attacking them.
Yes.
I'm like, stop it. They can be funny. It's okay. So I do this meme dump, and I just call it the number one meme because it was the one that got the most likes, was the Gether sign that said, "Take it down, Susan. It's illegal."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
No,
good
can't do
times.
that.
It's legal.
So everybody's jumping to Parlor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
and
and
I
Wemo
I'm
or
not
something?
going
and me.
Me.
Well,
That is a bad name.
it is a bad name.
Yeah.
It is a bad
MeWe?
because
MeWe.
yeah,
MeWe.
MeWe.
Sounds
Yeah.
like something a toddler would say.
Yes, it does. Or do.
Yeah.
Me.
So I'm on. But I actually joined Parlor back in June.
Parlor's a little. Anyway, never mind. I'm not gonna get into that. But
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to replace Facebook. I don't think it's going to replace Twitter. I think it's going to persist because I think it scratches an itch for people that just want to post what they want to post.
Yeah.
So is it no, like, anything goes? Is that what it
Anything
is?
goes. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I think there's probably some
Anything
obscenity
goes.
restrictions and some
Yeah.
some stuff like that. But as far as what you say, your speech, they're not. They don't fact check anything. They don't block anything.
That's the site I like to go to.
Yeah,
For your
yeah.
news.
Yeah, for my news.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get all my news from Parler and Newsmax.
It's interesting though because I think it was really Saturday. I started seeing all those people like my parlor this and my parlor that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Add me on Parlor.
did I miss a business opening in Rogersville? Or, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
people spell it wrong because they'll put parlor,
Yeah.
L-O-R, and
Yeah.
it's parlor, like parlay, which means to discuss, to talk.
Oh.
The word parlay is not
Okay,
in
that
common
makes more
use.
sense.
Is no longer in common usage
Yeah.
in English, but to parlay would mean we're going to talk.
Have
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah, we're going to have a discussion, and so
Makes more sense.
that's
I didn't
where
look at
the
parlor thing.
yeah
Okay.
that's where the name comes from. I think it just makes sense to me. So
And I'm not saying this because I understand why everybody's leaving. I understand why people are upset. To me, it makes you look like you're running away from the issue.
Yeah.
And I understand, Facebook censors and does all this, but at the same time, from a lot of my more liberal friends, they've asked, are you going to Parlor, and that's what they say. They say, well, you can't take the heat, so you're going somewhere else. I'm like,
Oh, I see.
no, I'm here. I'm not.
I'm
So-
gonna, it's just like my friend that said, hey, what's your exit plan? Like, leave the country. I'm like, I'm going to stay right here
Yeah.
and be a pain in the
Where
butt.
are you gonna
That's
go?
my total plan.
Like,
You can't go anywhere right
seriously,
now.
Where would you go that was better?
I'm
You
going
know
to
what I
stay
mean? No.
right here
I
and
don't
cause
like it
trouble.
when- I don't
Yeah.
like it when people
Czechoslovakia
say that. That makes
for
me
sure.
mad,
Yeah.
'cause I'm
Czech,
like,
yeah.
where are you
Czech
going to
Republic.
go where you've got any better gig than you do in the U.S.?
Russia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't.
Lots of freedom of speech.
Talk to the Russians.
And I've,
Wait, I can't say that.
I've literally been all over the world, and I
You're in the
say this
shadows over
legitimately. I love when people say that because I think everyone needs to spend some time in a third world country, and you have
I've been in China.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never.
Okay. But no, if you've been to a third world country, you come back here and you'll appreciate running water and
Yeah.
you'll appreciate electricity.
Toilets
Toilets, you
Yeah.
know.
Turlets,
that aren't
yeah.
just a hole in the
Oh,
floor.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so when we get ourselves so riled up
Yeah.
over things that we are absolutely spoiled,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Which social media site
yeah,
do I use?
yeah. What's the latest iPhone? I mean,
Yeah.
and I look at,
I don't even know how to turn Siri on.
but
You're the worst millennial ever.
you are.
You're too young to be a millennial, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're too
I'm
young. You're
that.
Gen Z.
Whatever
Yeah.
that is.
I'm technically a millennial.
Yeah.
Technically.
You're a recovering millennial.
Boomer situation.
Gen X, or
I'm Gen X.
Gen X.
Yeah, I'm the greatest
The-
generation.
We are the second greatest generation.
The second greatest generation.
What was the
Because
first?
we didn't grow up with a bunch of pansies. Well,
The
they were
greatest.
Is
The
the,
baby
greatest
boomers?
generation.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
the generation before the boomers is called the greatest generation.
Why is that?
Because they
they
ran
put us
World
in those
War
two
II.
World Wars.
They were
And
like
they
hardcore.
and they just
They were
went.
hardcore.
They
Yeah.
grew up. They went overseas. Whooped everybody's tail,
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
back, went to work, and built an economy.
Yeah.
That's why, and didn't complain about anything.
No, they're like, this
Yeah.
is great.
This
is
I
awesome.
love the Great
This
Depression.
is what we did.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
went
just-
through the Great Depression and not having choices between Happy Meals, and they're just go out and dig up a potato and eat it raw.
Yeah.
So
That's my survival plan. Is
Yeah.
raw
And
potatoes.
from there, it's kind of gone like this.
yeah, but that was our generation.
That was a Gen
Yeah.
X. Was a
Oh,
little
is
boop.
that it?
Yeah,
Is
that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Millennials
we
kind of like, yeah.
we really held off socialism for
We
about
did.
20 years.
We really did.
Now everybody
We
my
did.
age
Yeah.
is a bunch of.
No.
Well, I don't know. I'm
No.
still waiting to see what you guys do.
I think
We're
you guys.
still-
I
will do
don't
well.
want to see
I
what
do
we
too.
do.
I think that generation's going to be.
I do
I think what's going to happen is the next 4 years is going to open the eyes of our Gen Z people,
It
and they're
will.
going to go,
Yeah.
and they could be the next Gen X.
Yeah.
You could do it. Work
And nothing-
hard, stay in school.
Nothing against your age, but you just.
But they stay in school too long.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't
Then they
Pay
get
for it
out
yourself.
Yeah.
my daughter's your age, and I think I get frustrated sometimes because of her views. But then I think about it, and I'm like, well, she hasn't lived life.
Yeah.
There's a lot to say when you start actually. You know about paying taxes, Keaton. You run a business, but a lot of these kids never pay taxes before, so when we talk about tax hikes, they're like, yeah, sure, do it,
Yeah.
So
Sure.
speaking of taxes, and but I saw this meme from somebody. It was millennial Gen Z, and they're like, if your wall looks like this, you don't have to worry about the Biden tax hike. If you're
Your wall?
it was like a panel, wood panel wall. If you're,
Yeah,
and then there was one of those
yeah.
popcorn ceilings. If your ceiling looks like that, you don't need to worry about the tax
That's
hike.
such crap.
People don't understand. You cannot raise taxes on the rich.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
why? They own the
Yeah.
businesses. You increase their taxes 10%. Your cost on everything you buy goes up 12%. It doesn't
That-
work.
It doesn't,
Stop
yeah.
making sense, Will.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bad
Hot
habit.
on that subject, you can tell.
No, but you.
Why did my rent go up? I just voted for property taxes
Yeah.
to go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you've got a billionaire, and I think Donald Trump's tax returns got leaked or something, and
Yeah.
they were talking about how little he paid. Well, he went by the law.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
same with Warren Buffett and all these other guys. Well, they don't pay anything in taxes. Well, one, they pay a lot in accounting fees and attorney fees.
Yeah.
But two, they follow the tax code. There's just
And what about all the taxes they paid on all their employees'
Oh, yeah.
salaries?
See, that's
Yeah.
what people
Millions
don't factor in.
of dollars
Well, and
they
then on
paid
top
in
of that-
taxes.
on top of that, they're paying taxes on all of the goods, property, and
Yes.
things
Yeah.
that they own. And
Millions of dollars.
Your billionaires are paying heaps and gobs of taxes
Yeah.
on everything.
Which is
It's
why their
different.
income taxes are down, because all those taxes get written
Well,
off.
and then part of the thing they're doing too that they don't talk about is they're following the tax codes, which I'm sorry, I hire an accountant to
Yeah,
do
me
my
too.
taxes,
Yep.
so I pay the least possible because I feel like I manage my money better than the government does.
Mm-hmm.
Weird idea. So everybody does this. If you're giving more to pay taxes than you should, somebody didn't teach you right in school. So what you do, but what they do is they donate huge sums of money to nonprofits.
Yep.
That's a good thing. We need, and I mean, sure, they're getting a tax break out of it, but we need that money going to the nonprofits that
Yeah.
are helping feed people, clothe people, find vaccines, all of this
Like
stuff.
the corona.
Yeah.
Or you
Like
invest it
Corona.
and you employ people and you
Exactly.
buy other things
Yep.
and their business expenses, so you get to write it off your taxes. But that money is still flowing into the economy as
Yeah.
to oppose all this other government spending that really doesn't.
Well, there's this weird thing. You don't work really, really hard and spend, I mean, I know what I've spent trying to get my businesses going to not make money. Like, at the end of the day, there's got to be some return for the 60-hour work
Oh, yeah.
weeks and the stress and, like, the just time you spend away from your family. There's got to be a return or
And-
there's no point to
and
it.
all of the government officials coming in and nitpicking everything that you
Yeah.
do to justify their own existence.
Oh, yeah, which is true. Will's really fired up.
I kind of am.
he is.
I'm
He
kind
Do
of
you
is.
am.
use your cup as a microphone?
Dude,
Will is
we're
really
on
fired up.
scene. Action news.
Will Worsham,
Fired
fired up.
Breaking news.
Well, Tom's not here. Somebody's got to carry.
Somebody's
Somebody's got to
gotta
carry the reins.
Tom's
today.
hunting, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Marmot hunting? Or
I gotta
different
tell
type
you-
of
Hunting, I think.
Oh, hunting.
Yeah.
By far the scariest election I've ever went through. A lot of people would say, well, this one was, most important election, the scariest. When I was a kid and I was probably 5 or 6 years old, Reagan was running against Mondale. I can't remember who it was. No, Dukakis.
No,
No,
that
not
was
Dick, that
Bush.
was
It was
Bush.
Mondale,
Mondale.
in '84.
Yeah. And I heard my mom and dad talking one night, and my dad's like, if Reagan doesn't get reelected, the communists will be here tomorrow, the Russians.
Yeah.
Right? And that was a
Yeah.
big deal because, I
Yeah.
mean, we were Cold
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
And so I stayed up all night. We had 3 channels.
Yeah.
You could barely see and watching the
Talk about a red wave.
watching the returns, and finally about 9 o'clock, Mom's like, you got to go to bed. I was like, I got to see if
9
President-
o'clock?
I
We gotta see if
know.
the Russians
I
are gonna
know.
win.
Yeah.
The commies are coming.
And so I literally went in my bed and I pulled the covers over like
wow.
this, and like all night could not sleep. And I woke up the next morning because Red Dawn had
Yeah,
just
yeah,
come
yeah,
out,
yeah,
and I'm peeking out my window to see if there's parachutes. And so I said, "Did President Reagan get reelected?" They said yes, and it was just this relief.
Yeah, such a relief. Yeah, Mondale won one state.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
One
Yeah,
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and I mean,
That's
so
funny.
my dad, God love, I mean, he's very conservative, and the other day, and I get why, he was talking about Jimmy Carter, because, so when my mom and dad were opening some of their businesses, interest rates were like 18%.
Yeah.
So talk about getting a business loan.
The
and
cheap
then-
rates.
Yeah, the cheap rates, and people have no concept of that, because the highest I really remember since I've been old enough to care, was about 8 or 9%.
Yep.
And it's probably been that's probably been the highest for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you talk about, okay, here I am, I've opened a business, the banknote that I have is at 25% interest, every 2 weeks I'm bringing him a check, like, how? I mean, how could our economy survive something like, and it's not going to go back to that. I mean, I don't think there's any way it could. But there's reasons my point is, there's reasons people believe what they believe. It's because
We've lived through it. Yeah.
They've lived through things,
Yeah.
they've seen that, and we have to be respectful of that.
Right.
And understand that people's opinions aren't just coming from thin air.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Most of the time. Sometimes they are. And sometimes they're just crazy, but, a lot of times there's substance behind them.
Well, even like my great grandma, when she passed away, we thought she just had nothing, and sweet, grew up on the farm, and she had tons of cash just piled in the house somewhere, and she'd grown up in the Great Depression and didn't trust banks, and so would I do that? No, but you got to understand, I didn't live through that time where food was a question, and so
and we've never had anything like that. I mean, we've never had a situation, and people like to kind of joke like, oh, the zombie apocalypse is coming, I'm prepared. No, it would be horrible.
Oh, yeah,
like,
bad
you
deal.
have no idea. Like, it's not like you see on TV. It's not going to be Will Smith like driving a fast car and taking out zombies. Like, that's not how it's going to go.
Well, I always go back to the ice storm. Was it 2007?
Well, there's been a couple, but
But
07.
the
It
the
was.
2 weeks where a lot of people were out without power for 2 weeks, and how we just imploded. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
and you guys want to take on the zombies? You can't even survive an ice storm. But
Yeah. So I don't know. It does. It comes with experiences and time, and we've not really struggled in this country. And some people struggle every day. But I don't know. I think we've had it too good for too long, and we've kind of forgotten some things. But
oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, no problem. But we'll soldier on.
we do what we got to do.
Yeah. I think local. You talked about this, Lauren. I think focusing local is important.
Yeah.
If we make our community strong, make our county strong. I know we're weird here in Rogersville because we live in 3 different counties, but I think if we build a strong community here, then I think we'll be fine.
I think
do
that's
too.
all you can do. That's
Sure.
all you
It's
can
the only thing
do.
you can focus on. I
You
mean,
know, none of us are wealthy enough to put $1 million, $2 million behind a candidate. None of us are Keaton.
Oh yeah,
Keaton for president. When you get old enough to be president.
he's not.
36. Is that how
You
old
gotta
you
be
have to
35.
35.
No, you gotta be 40, don't you?
no, it's
I think
30.
it's 35.
30,
it was
25 for
Okay,
rep,
in
30 for
14
senator,
years.
35 for president, because JFK was like 39.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 14 years.
I'll tell you,
to get
that's the thing
signs
that I
together.
always, when I start reading all this, and which I'm done. Like after election that night, I slept till 4 o'clock in the morning, got an hour's worth of sleep, and then went to work. But I'm done. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
Let me know who and then I'll do my thing. But we as a country, and well, you're older like me. You're old.
I'm older than you.
But
confident.
but you know what I'm saying. We've been through a lot in our life. I mean, really, there's been a lot of times. But what we always do as the United States is when we're down, we band together,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter. We may be so split, right now on different things. But if there's a tragedy, I still have faith that we all say, "Oh no, we're coming together."
Yeah,
So
I think so.
Well, I remember I was in college in '92 when Bill Clinton got elected, and we were like, damn it,
Yeah.
we got this liberal Democrat's going to wreck everything. And he didn't. I mean, it was sort of 8 years of, but the thing is, he didn't care a lick about anything other than being president and
Doing
interns.
Yeah.
So he was a great president because
Raising
he
up the
really
next
didn't do anything.
generation.
I mean, that was a
He
bit.
was kind of one of your celebrity type presidents.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
You know how there's these like really boring presidents, and then there's like your Reagans, which are like kind of epic.
Yeah.
Because they've got the personality and
Yeah.
the ability, and I haven't seen many presidents in my lifetime, so I mean I don't have many to go off of. But then you kind of have these like kind of celebrity type presidents.
Like Donald Trump,
yeah.
Yeah.
the celebrity
He,
apprentice.
well, I mean, he is. He's
Obama
like
was a
he's
celebrity
Obama
president.
was definitely a celebrity
Yeah.
president
Mhm.
because I mean he was. I really put him in that category, like a celebrity president.
Well, and I even, and I've grown up extremely conservative. Even with a lot of things that Obama, when he first came on the scene, I thought, okay, I like this guy,
Yeah.
know. Now then he started kind of laying out some of his platforms, and I'm like, but
he's a super likable guy.
is,
I mean,
you know.
he really is a very charismatic, likable guy.
I don't know. I think he's smarmy.
Well,
He
you
just
could- yeah.
oils me the wrong way.
he
Yeah.
does me
fair.
now after
Yeah.
8 years.
The
But
policy stuff.
What I think is funny is because you're in the Bible Belt and everything.
Are we? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like the buckle.
The buckle of the Bible Belt.
Buckle.
When I was younger and Obama was becoming president and was president, I was hearing from multiple sources, not my immediate family, not my household, but that Barack Obama was the Antichrist.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out he wasn't.
No.
So all of you guys
No.
that thought he was, he
Well,
is
and then
not.
there's Trump,
And he wasn't ISIS, and
Yeah.
No,
You know.
yeah. So, and I mean, and then Trump is a celebrity president, but he's
Yeah.
different type of. I mean, he's I don't know. He's like a button pusher. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like he pushes the. I don't know. I'm kind of ready for just like a boring situation.
Well,
Kinda
you may
like
have
Pence.
one.
Pence would be your boring kind of
Pence
like,
is
hey,
your hey, yeah.
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 I got to tell you this: when I was a kid, we lived on a farm, and we'd always get dogs dumped.
Yes,
out in
that
the
happens all the
country.
time, yeah.
We'd get a new dog, and they'd be a farm dog, whatever, and I would name them. And I started naming them presidents, like Lincoln, and I had a Bush, and I had Reagan, and Kennedy, and all this. Anyways, one day, and I'm
Just
not
got a whole heap of presidents.
yeah,
out there.
I'm not kidding you. Like I think I was 10, 11 years old. This dog comes up, and it's not your typical country stray dog. It's just this different dog.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of Trump, so I named him Trump. And so what's crazy is I really think I influenced the elections. I mean, think about that. That was when I was 10 or 11, named every president or every dog we got a president.
So you
named
named
a
him
dog
before.
Trump?
Oh, way before. Yeah, I'm 10, 11 years
That
old.
is so
Yeah.
random.
And
Like,
so-
where were you seeing Trump at that
Well,
time?
he was
Home Alone.
he was a huge figure.
Yeah.
Oh, I
as
guess he
we
was
were-
in movies and stuff, and he was. Pretty,
Well, he had that
yeah.
TV show.
Well, no, but
Well,
he
that
was
before that. Or
he
after
was
that.
Oh,
a
okay.
big business person,
Yeah.
and so he was all over
He
the
was
news.
on like talk shows
Yeah.
and stuff.
He had that book.
See, I
good
don't
book.
have
Yeah.
any memory of him until The Apprentice. That's when I
Yeah.
start remembering.
I don't even know that. Like
Well,
I
he
just,
was
you
he
know,
was a
It's been a
deal.
long time
Yeah,
ago.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that. until-
More for his different wives, like
Yeah.
tabloids.
They're
And,
lies.
I don't know
I
how
think
I
that's
knew
probably
him.
where he hit the scene was when he and
Was that from Borat?
Ivana
Did
got
you-
divorced because she kind of did a media tour.
Yeah.
Ivana did when they got divorced, and so I think
Yeah.
that kind of raised his radar a little bit that way. But.
Yeah.
Okay, well we need to go to work, guys.
I do.
I
Okay.
probably should work.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Hey, thanks for being
Yeah.
here, John.
Oh, hey,
Appreciate
John
that.
Pope came this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Yes, this morning.
Chris Ballard has more. Take your
Hey, real quick, the one thing we are going to do in November is we're going to have a K-ROG Thanksgiving dinner, right?
nice.
Aren't we?
That was-
Well, I'm working on it.
Okay.
All of
Oh,
it.
cool.
Yeah, no, yes.
Like
yes.
the crew.
Yeah.
The crew.
So we got to
yeah.
fix that table.
Somebody's got to
So we can-
reinforce the table.
I'll get
that's
it. I'll
been
get that done.
I'm-
Is the hot
Freaking
tub
out
going to be
about
done
it.
by then?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do the turkey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the turkey.
Turducken.
No, I'm just going to smoke a turkey. I'm going to smoke a turkey in the smoker, and then Lauren's
With all your
making
science and
I'm
mad
Jello with
experiments.
marshmallows in it.
God, no. No, I'm not. Will, it's blasphemy. I don't know. There's probably good Jello salad out there. I don't know. I don't want to
There's
discriminate
nothing.
against
There's
food.
nothing good Jello out there at all.
Yep. There's like three things.
Jello.
So
Jello by itself.
Jello by itself.
My Aunt Bill's cranberry salad has
Oh.
Jello in it. And it's
Aunt
actually-
Bill?
I know. She's-
Okay.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I can't remember. It's fine. Everyone says
Lauren's
that.
aunt is called Aunt Bill.
Aunt Bill. Her name was not Bill. I can't remember what it was. I should know that. But I mean, this was like a long time ago. This is from
Aunt
childhood.
Bill.
So Thursday night is the Young Life Telethon
Yes.
on K-ROG. So be
Yes.
sure to tune into that. It's like 6 to 8,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. John's going to be there. I'm going to show up at the end of the.
I think it's
I
6:30
think I
to
might be
8.
doing
End of the
something
show,
with that.
we're
I
all-
probably need to consult the crew. And
Yeah.
see.
But we're all going to jump in and try to raise some money for Young Life because they can't do their fundraising banquet like they
Which
normally
is always
do.
fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. So it'll be a good show. Because that banquet's always entertaining.
Yes.
There's always a lot of good stuff there. So we'll be part of that. And then the Thanksgiving special will be coming up sometime.
Sometime.
We'll do something
We're
like
gonna
that. But we'll have
Near Thanksgiving.
cooking videos, and
Yeah, I'm working on my cooking video in my brain.
I am too.
I'm working on it.
The think method.
It's all right here.
Yep. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. Keaton and I'll be back tomorrow with more nonsense. Right? Okay. Thanks,
Happy
everybody.
this week.
More nonsense.